Welcome to Coin Explorer. Imagine discovering that a coin sitting quietly in your drawer is secretly worth $563,000. Sounds impossible? It's not. This isn't a myth, rumor, or internet exaggeration. It's a real fact from numismatic history that has left coin collectors and experts amazed. We're talking about the 1965 Washington quarter, a coin most people wouldn't look at twice. But a small number of these coins were struck in error, and that error turned them into pure gold for collectors, metaphorically speaking. Even though they look just like any other quarter, these rare pieces are hiding an unexpected twist. Some of them weren't made with the standard copper-nickel composition. They were minted on leftover silver blanks, making them incredibly rare. This mistaken metal choice is what makes the coin so valuable today. So what does that mean for you? It means your loose change might just be holding a secret. Let's uncover the full story behind the $563,000 quarter that continues to shock the world. The U.S. Mint made a historic change in 1965, switching the composition of quarters from silver to copper-nickel. Rising silver prices had made coin production expensive, so officials opted for a more affordable metal mix. From that point forward, all quarters were supposed to be clad in copper and nickel, with no silver used at all. However, as the new materials rolled into production, some old silver blanks, called silver planchets, were still present in the minting machines. These leftover blanks were struck with the 1965 design and released into circulation unnoticed. The result? A small batch of silver quarters dated 1965, even though they were never meant to exist. Their accidental creation makes them extremely desirable in the collector's market. Most people have no idea they even exist, which only adds to the mystery and thrill of the hunt. Imagine owning a piece of history born out of a transition period. That's exactly what this coin represents, a hidden artifact from a turning point in American currency. What makes this coin even more fascinating is how ordinary it looks. The 1965 silver era quarter features the same familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the American eagle on the reverse. The date is clearly marked, 1965, and there are no obvious marks or visual clues that scream rare. That's why most people have no idea they might be holding a potential jackpot in their hand. It blends in with regular change and doesn't raise suspicion. This hidden nature adds a layer of intrigue. It's like a rare gem disguised as gravel. But make no mistake, once identified, this coin becomes a major prize for collectors. The coin's real story is buried in its metal composition, not its appearance. That's why careful testing is key. This isn't about looks, it's about details, weight, and history. So, if you have a 1965 quarter lying around, it's worth giving it a second look. So, how can you identify whether your 1965 quarter is one of the rare silver era coins? It starts with a simple but powerful tool, a digital scale. Regular copper-nickel quarters weigh approximately 5.67 grams, but the silver era versions weigh around 6.25 grams, a full 0.6 grams heavier. That difference might seem small, but it's significant enough to detect. Even a basic jewelry scale can help you determine the weight within seconds. Once you measure the coin and see that heavier number, you're looking at your first major clue. But there's more. Examine the edge of the coin. Regular clad quarters show a distinct copper line between the outer silver layers. A true silver coin, however, will appear solid silver all the way through with no color striping. These two simple tests, weight and edge color, can help you make a strong early judgment. And if your coin passes both, you're in exciting territory. Now let's talk rarity. Just how scarce is the 1965 silver era quarter? According to experts and auction records, only a very small number have ever been discovered. Some estimate the number to be fewer than a dozen confirmed pieces. That level of rarity places this coin in a league of its own. The combination of high demand and low supply is what makes it so incredibly valuable. When one of these coins surfaces, collectors go wild. In fact, one authenticated silver 1965 quarter sold for an astonishing $563,000 at auction, setting a record and fueling even more interest in this coin. Keep in mind, not every silver era quarter will reach that value. Condition, grading, and buyer demand influence the final price, but even a moderately preserved example could fetch thousands. It's truly one of those needle-in-a-haystack discoveries, but a needle worth more than most people's cars. If you suspect you have one of these rare coins, the next step is professional verification. This is where coin grading services like PCGS and NGC come into play. These organizations specialize in authenticating coins, identifying errors, and assigning official grades based on condition. They use high-precision tools and expert knowledge to examine the coin's metal, strike, and wear. Once graded, your coin is placed in a sealed, tamper-proof slab with a certification label. This not only protects the coin, but also significantly increases its market value. Buyers trust third-party grading more than personal opinions. A coin authenticated by PCGS or NGC has credibility, and credibility drives up price. Even better, a professionally graded coin is easier to sell, especially at auctions or through collector networks. So if your coin shows the right weight and edge, don't hesitate, get it graded. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying stories, mistakes, and history. The 1965 silver quarter is valuable not only because of what it's made of, but because of what it represents. It tells a story of transition, oversight, and rarity. It's a symbol of a historical moment when America's monetary system changed forever. These types of coins are known as transitional errors, and they're among the most coveted in the numismatic world. Owning one is like having a missing puzzle piece from American monetary history. It's a coin that wasn't supposed to happen, yet here it is, making headlines decades later. And that emotional value, the narrative behind the object, is what turns collectors into passionate bidders. These coins are time machines in your palm, each one a silent witness to a printing press gone slightly off track. So where could you find these coins today? Believe it or not, many are hiding in plain sight. People often discover them in old jars, inherited collections, garage sale boxes, or tucked away in forgotten drawers. Sometimes even bank coin rolls have turned up surprises. That's why casual checking can sometimes lead to incredible finds. You don't need to spend money to hunt for treasure, just a keen eye and a little knowledge. The key is being consistent and knowing what to look for. If you're really into it, join online coin communities where collectors share tips, photos, and advice. The more you learn, the better your chances of identifying a valuable piece. Whether it's a hobby or a side hustle, coin hunting offers excitement few other activities can match. It's a game of patience, luck, and sharp observation. And you never know, the next great find could be sitting right under your nose. So by now you understand the magnitude of the $563,000 quarter. It's not a myth, it's a real documented mint error that turned a simple coin into a piece of treasure. And what's most surprising is how ordinary it looks. That's why awareness is everything. You don't need to be a professional numismatic to find one, you just need to be curious enough to investigate the coins you already have. Most people who found rare coins weren't searching, they were just paying attention. It's about developing the habit of looking at details, checking dates, and testing weights. This is your chance to be part of that community of people who know that sometimes life hides big rewards in small, forgotten places. Whether you find one or not, the knowledge stays with you forever. That's the real value of learning about coins like this. So here's your next move. Go check your coins, especially your 1965 quarters. Take out your digital scale and start measuring. Look at the edges, feel the weight, and if something seems off, that's a good thing. It might be silver. If your coin shows the signs, don't hesitate to get it verified, because even one lucky find could change your financial story. And beyond the money, you're now part of something bigger, a world where history lives in your pocket. Remember, some of the greatest treasures aren't buried underground, they're hiding in plain sight. So stay curious, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of everyday objects. If this video opened your eyes to that, then it has already served its purpose. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more rare coin discoveries and true collector stories.